Namaskaram, my dear friends, I'm back again. Today I'm going to share with you all how I manage my anger. Yes, sometimes this face doesn't seem like it gets angry, but sometimes anger kind of gets the job done. So I keep it in my toolbox for when I need it. But sometimes when I take it out of my toolbox, I had to figure out ways on how to actually manage and control my anger. So far, here is what I have found out. Anger, for me, has come in different forms. Sometimes I get angry with situations, usually it's the case, but my response really depends on who is around me. Like when I was working and I had co-workers around where we don't get a mission done or there's some fault that we had to correct or fix, then anger manifests differently than when I am with my family, especially with my daughter. I have said that anger can be a useful tool, especially when I was at work. Because somehow I realized that when I am in a position of leadership, I think especially as a woman, well, I can't really compare because I haven't been a man, I have only been a woman. Initially, people don't really take me seriously unless I show my capacity of anger, and then they're like, oh, she means business, we have to follow her, especially when she's angry. So that's what I have learned. However, in a family situation, it's very different. Anger is actually really toxic around my partner and my daughter. So I really do my best to avoid getting angry, or when I do a lot of things to make it all better. So let's start at work. I think because I have been in a work environment for a while, for a long time actually, maybe like a third of my life, I'm able to utilize anger efficiently. I know when to get upset, I know when to let it go, and I don't really think I need to manage my anger at work because I have been really efficient at utilizing it. When a situation occurs at work, it doesn't affect me as much as when a situation happens in my family life. I think because I am more emotionally invested in family, hence sometimes I can't really let it go. Or maybe because I haven't been in a family situation as long as I have been in a work environment. So first, managing anger in the work environment, I really just don't get attached with the outcome, and I just do the best that I can with the mission at hand. Come what may, I think it's okay, knowing that the big organization usually knows how to take care of itself, and I would set aside a little time for myself to take care of me, so I will be able to do my duties and responsibilities for the next day. Job situation, not get attached, use anger appropriately, and I have been all set. Family situation, however, is different. So when an event happens that would stir something up inside me, that would stimulate, that would trigger my anger, I think the first instinct that I do is pause. I sometimes don't take a breath at all. I just pause, stop breathing, and gather all my emotions. And I used to burst. I used to yell. It's so embarrassing, but I used to yell and I used to cry and scream. This time, I removed the screaming, I removed the yelling, and I just take it all in and cry. I think that way it doesn't affect my daughter negatively. It doesn't affect my partner negatively. I think they do get affected negatively when I cry. I think it's a lesser impact than the screaming and yelling. And I just sob little by little until all the feeling goes away. And I found that crying has been really effective for me because I think it's just all that emotions building up, about ready to explode. I think the crying part is the less aggressive form of release. It's like a volcano, you know. It doesn't explode. The lava just seeps in. The lava just flows out gradually, slowly, and the volcano is okay. Most of the time, I hide when I cry, or when I do, I just sob silently till all the tears are gone. And I look at my daughter again, and then I smile. And when she asks me, like, Mommy, why are you crying? And I tell her the truth. I tell her, darling, you know, Mommy's just filled with so much emotion, and I feel like crying somehow releases all the emotion that has built up. And for me, I think it's healthy. And then I ask her what she thinks. And then she would tell me, don't cry, Mommy. I will give you a surprise. Or, Mommy, I will draw for you something really beautiful. Or, Mommy, I will make you a dress. How sweet my daughter is. Such a blessing to have her around. So crying. Next, when I cannot cry or crying just doesn't solve the problem of anger, what I do is my mind just reorganizes itself knowing that the anger will pass. What I do is I usually remove myself from a situation, reorganize my brain, my emotions, everything around me. Either I stay still or I do some chores or tasks until the emotion all just passes and I'm okay again. And the third thing I do, I usually do this when I know I can't manage the anger and crying wouldn't solve the emotions I have inside. I call on to Sadhguru and I call on to Devi, asking them to help me deal with the emotions inside. I ask them like how I would ask somebody if they were present. And I just basically say, Dear Devi, dear Sadhguruji, please help me with these emotions that I have. And I repeat it and I repeat it and I repeat it until I am okay. And so far, it has also been effective. The emotions die down, fizzle out in just a moment. And of course, definitely, like the sadhana that I do, knowing that I am not my emotions, that the outcome is not me, and that eventually everything will just pass. Anger never really drowns me. For those in the past who have done me wrong, there's no burden on my shoulder that I continue to carry. And for those people who I have wronged, where they still carry the burden on them, I'm deeply sorry for my ignorance, and I hope they're able to let go of the burden that is on them as well. Namaskaram. So yes, you guys, those are the things that I do to manage my anger or my emotions. And it has been really effective for me. I know as a human being, in this life process, I'm still a work in progress. But I would like to share with you this progress and hoping you all can learn something from it too. So yes, until next time, you guys. Bye. Mwah.